I'm gonna keep saying it. Americans are one of the most friendly people I've ever met. There's no other country I've been to that I felt as welcomed as the United States. What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another reaction video. I ran across this video of this comedian. He made a funny video of what Europeans think America is like. I'm gonna play the video, but before I play it, I'm gonna summarize. He talks about, how friendly Americans are, which I believe 100%. I have some crazy good stories, I guess, of the culture shock I experienced when I moved to America, just because of how polite people were. I'd never seen people so friendly and chatty in my life. No country. But anyway, let's go straight into the video.
This is what Europeans think America is like. At 8 a.m., I wake up in the clothes that I'll wear for the rest of the day. Then a stranger walks up to me and we overshare about our lives.
Hey, I couldn't drink that stuff. I got diabetes. I'm about to become a father. I'm super afraid. Well, good talking to you.
Everyone is so friendly and polite in America.
Everyone is so polite in America. And true story, because maybe not every part of America, but when I first moved to America, I moved to California, Burbank in particular, for film school. But before then, before I moved to Burbank, I stayed a week in Anaheim. And I remember, and after spending 1 week in Burbank, I called my folks. I'm like, my parents at home. I'm like, I feel like people are weird here. People are too nice. Everyone's chatty. It's kind of uncomfortable. I wasn't used to it, so it sounded weird. I could literally go to the grocery store, and then I'm just waiting in line, and the older woman in front of me would just turn to me. I'm like, oh, it's a nice weather out here, how's your day going and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'll answer, but I'm surprised. Like, I'm not used to that kind of hospitality. See, I've been across Europe. I've been to London a lot because I have family there. People are very mean in Europe. People don't just chat up strangers. People don't just, like, when you ask people questions, it feels like you're bothering them. I remember one time in the hotel in London, I was in an elevator, and there was an older man by my side. He was reading a newspaper, and I was like, good morning, sir. He looked at me like this. And he turned away like I was a piece of shit. I don't even bother greeting people in Europe anymore because they're just not nice. But in America, bro, people will say, oh, yeah, but go to O Block in Chicago. Go to this, go to this. Like, bro, I'm not saying everywhere is nice, because I made a TikTok about this video. Now, there were some Americans saying, oh, people are not that nice. I'm like, dude, compared to Europe, compared to other parts of the world, Americans are actually super polite. I'm not gonna lie. America is one of the few countries where when you're in a store, you're about to enter a store, and then there's someone in front of you. The person in front of you opens the door for you to walk in. I don't mean if you're a guy doing it to a girl. Guys will literally do it to guys. Like, that shit don't happen everywhere. Someone's opening the door for you because you're behind them. Nah. Politeness of Americans, that was an actual culture shock for me. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's keep going.
At 10 a.m., I get all the food I'll eat for the next 2 months. I only buy processed foods. Then I have a quick glass of ice water. And then at 12, it's time for church. It feels awesome to be in the only country that's protected by God. At 1:30 p.m., I send thoughts and prayers for the daily victims of gun violence. Okay, problem solved. After that, I use a free public restroom. I love the large gaps in the stalls so I can check to see if anyone is using them.
Oh, hey, buddy. How's it going? Hey, it could be worse. That's awesome. See you around.
At 3 p.m., my wife gives birth. We set up a GoFundMe to pay our medical bills. At 3:01, the doctor cuts off the most sensitive part of our baby.
We have to open a GoFundMe for our baby. Isn't that so relatable? Because the healthcare in America is wild. I heard that to give birth, you'd be looking at least $10,000 even with insurance, which is crazy to me. That's one thing, I'm not gonna lie, to be honest, every country has its advantages and disadvantages. So with the whole healthcare stuff, when I talk about healthcare with my friends in Europe, and they're like, well, we don't have to pay this much. Especially my friends in the UK, and I'm just like, okay, fine, you have free healthcare, NHS. But y'all gotta wait like 8 months, 9 months to get to see a doctor. I don't know. So everybody has its advantages and disadvantages. If something happens to you in the US and you don't have insurance, you're pretty much screwed. I saw a girl, on TikTok, she called a helicopter to evacuate her, medical evacuation. The bill was around $64,000. Holy shit. And she's like, she doesn't even know where to find that money from. $64,000, you call it a helicopter. I used to tell my friends, before you call an ambulance for me, I should be dying. Like, call an Uber. Even if I'm dying, call an Uber for me instead. Don't call an ambulance. I don't want to have to pay $3,000, $2,000, but anyway.
His penis. He'll thank us for that one day. At 3:02 p.m., my wife is back to work. It's awesome that she was able to get 2 minutes of maternity leave. Her company must really care about her. At 4 p.m., I read the Bible and then go to my favorite corporate coffee shop for a small iced coffee. At
Small iced coffee. Look at how big that coffee is. I ain't gonna lie, Americans have a coffee addiction problem. And I picked that up also because I cannot function without having my daily morning coffee. It's so bad. Like, I work on production sets, and like, once you step in on set, there's coffee for you. I work, and if I'm in the studio, whatever, there's coffee. If I'm doing stuff in the morning, I have to like stop at Starbucks, or maybe not Starbucks, or any coffee shop around me, whatever, to pick up coffee. Like, I need to have my daily morning coffee. So even now that I'm in Nigeria at the moment, every morning once I wake up and I start my day, I set up, I have to have my coffee. I was never like that, so.
I sit down to watch a movie with my family. There's a nude scene in it. Disgusting. What is this world coming to? We switch to the movie Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
Film. At 9 p.m., I pledge the allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Nah, this is so accurate because what? And that's another thing I notice about America too. In general, Americans are so patriotic. And in terms of like, I know now with politics, party lines, it's really divided, where people will literally tell you that if you see a place with a bunch of American flags or a house with a lot of American flags, it means they're a Republican, like you can blah, 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 blah. But anyway, usually though, America is one of those countries, maybe apart from, I've never been to North Korea, but North Korea looks like someplace I'll be like that. Like, America has their flags all over, literally. Once you step into any airport in the US, where, you know, LAX, JFK, anywhere, the first thing you see, you're greeted by a US flag. And just in general, at the gym, at office, like maybe not office, at the gym, at different places, there's US flags everywhere. There's US flags everywhere. And then if you go into the neighborhoods, there's US flag, especially if you live in a conservative neighborhood. I lived in Burbank. Burbank is a suburb, even though Burbank is in a liberal city. There's some conservatives there. So especially during election season, that's when you see the Trump flags. You can see a house here, Trump flag. The next house, Kamala flag, Kamala flag, Kamala flag. Next house, Trump flag. It's like a battle. Anyway.
The United States of America. Finally, I take 2 shots of Ozempic so I can stay skinny. And that's my day.
There is no lie told here. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep saying it. Americans are one of the most friendly people I've ever met. There's no other country I've been to that I felt as welcomed as the United States. Maybe because I lived in California, but then again, I've been to Nashville, I've been to Arizona, I've been to DC, I've been to Colorado, I've been to Nevada, and people are very welcoming. I haven't really been to the south. I mean, I've been to Nashville, Tennessee, and people were super nice over there. I hear about the southern hospitality, but I'm sure there are places where you go to and people are not gonna be nice, you know. But as I said, I've been around the world, and America's on top in terms of people being polite and friendly. Lovely people. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, let me know, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.